Let's get more now on Israel's security strategy. Michael Maloof joins us. He has served as a senior security policy analyst with the U.S. military. Michael, Israel's defense minister, I'm sure you heard what our correspondent said. Israel defense minister has said the mission in Khan Yunis is largely over. Hamas there has been officially defeated. If true, how significant would this be for the Israeli military?
Well, this is what they're saying, and I think that what they're doing is putting the military where a lot of civilians are going to be, and that could be very hazardous to the civilians. The Israelis are not going to be able to clear out all of Hamas. That's very clear. And what we've also seen already is that Israel has diverted some of the IDF troops up to the north to face Lebanon. So this is if they're trying to do a cleanup operation, then I don't think they're going to be all that successful in going after Hamas, even though they might think they have Hamas officials cornered somehow. But that's not the case. They probably left the area weeks ago.
So with Israel shifting its operations to Rafah, Michael, what's going to happen to more than 1 million people who've taken shelter there to escape Israel's bombing elsewhere in Gaza? A lot of these people have lost their homes. They've lost everything. Where are they supposed to go?
Well, that's the big question. Inevitably, the IDF will go kinetic. They will do bombing, and they don't care about human life. It's clear. What I'm concerned about is that they want to clear out Palestinians out of the Gaza completely. That has been the stated purpose of many of Netanyahu's ministers. They want them out of Gaza. They want them out of West Bank. West Bank is seething right now. That's another powder keg. So what Israel is trying to do is reestablish its old biblical notion of regaining its lost lands from millennia ago, as they interpret the Bible. They have deified their mission now as being the work of God. So, and they are absolutely repudiating any international criticism of this by continuing to do what they're doing. So, and they're not subject to any pressures.
Well, let me ask you this. From the onset of this crisis on October 7th, Israel's prime minister said he had two objectives. One was to dismantle and destroy Hamas. The other was to gain freedom for all of the hostages. Do you believe Israel is any closer to achieving those objectives?
No, not at all. In fact, I think they're trying to expand the war. They're moving troops right now up to the north, as I say, to face southern Lebanon. They want to clear that area up to the Litani River against Hezbollah, and that's going to create even greater escalation. They want to, and they're also going after Palestinian and Hamas in the West Bank.
So, Michael, obviously you're very critical of Israel's operation. What do you think Israel should be doing right now to defend itself? Because all along they're saying this is about self-defense. This is about the loss of over 1,200 Israelis during that October 7th attack, which Hamas and other militants were directly responsible. What should Israel be doing?
Well, their response was to kill 27,000 Palestinians, which is, tantamount to genocide, frankly, in my opinion. They need to sit down and work out the issues that led up to this crisis. This just did not happen in a vacuum. This has been years in the building. They need to deal with Hamas. In fact, Hamas was the creation of Israel to offset the Fatah years ago. So they're dealing with their own monster when you think about it. They've got to come to grips with this and not do all the resettlements that they're trying to do in areas that the Palestinians want as their state, their independent state. And you also have the Arab countries that are saying, unless there's a two-state solution, they're not going to normalize relations with Israel. Yeah. And they're not going to have normal, and they're not going to do the reactivate the Abraham Accords. So Israel has got to calm down. But if they do, Netanyahu loses his government because he has very radical ministers who could leave. and that would bring down his government. And he is seeking to survive politically and personally at all costs.
All right, Michael Maloof, we'll leave it there. Thank you, sir.